key in the lock. Opening the door, she stepped back to allow Paul to enter. But he was not there. Both she and Hannah were shocked to see instead the solid frame of Micah Yeomans filling the space. He whisked off his hat. "Pardon this intrusion, Miss Granville," he said, "but there is someone who is very anxious to make your acquaintance." He stood aside to allow the Prince Regent to hobble into the dressing-room with a beaming smile on his powdered face. A ludicrous chestnut wig sat on his head. Hannah was taken aback. She had never been quite that close to royalty before, and though she found her visitor verging on the grotesque, part of her was obscurely flattered by his attention. Before she could step out of reach, he grabbed her hand, lifted it to his lips, and planted a wet kiss on it. "I am enthralled to your magnificence, dear lady," he said. "That's a compliment. I shall treasure your Royal Highness," she replied. "It will be the first of many, I do assure you." "I am deeply honoured." Though she spoke firmly and retained her poise, Hannah was ill at ease. The look in the Prince Regent's eyes was all too easy to interpret. It was the acquisitive glint of a lecher. He was not merely there to congratulate her on an incomparable performance. He was eyeing a prospective prize. Trembling inwardly, she kept asking herself the same question over and over again. Where on earth was Paul? In fact, he was kneeling beside the corpse. Having established that the man was indeed dead, Paul was searching his pockets as he looked for something that might indicate his identity. Clearly he was wealthy, middle-aged, and had an eye for fashion. Paul could see that the man had to pay substantial tailor's bills. The rings on each hand were highly expensive, and there were other signs of indulgence. Even in death he had a touch of nobility about him, offset, as it was, by the blood-covered scalp. Feeling inside the coat, Paul's hand closed around a purse. At the moment he brought it out, he realized that he had company. Yeomans was standing over him in triumph. "So, that's what you've descended to, is it?" he sneered. "You kill him first, then you rob the poor devil. Don't be absurd. You're under arrest." "On what charge?" asked Paul, getting to his feet. "I was here, as you well know, for a legitimate purpose. Before I could reach Miss Granville to escort her from the theatre, you came blundering along and ordered everyone to get out of the way. The next moment someone tried to assassinate the Prince Regent and killed this gentleman by mistake. If you're hired to protect royalty, Micah," he went on, "you ought to do it more efficiently." "We were efficient," declared Yeomans. "While Alfred Hyler and I were guarding him, the Prince Regent was never in danger." "Then why did someone fire a pistol at him?" "Don't try to talk your way out of this, Skillen. You were the man with the weapon, and the fellow at your feet was the intended target." "Then where is the pistol now?" asked Paul, arms at full length. "Search me as thoroughly as you wish. You'll find no weapon. And please bear something in mind. When I'm not solving crimes that the runners fail to solve, I work at the shooting gallery. With a pistol in my hand, I never miss. Yet that's what the assassin did. In the disturbance caused by your arrival, it's my belief that he took his chance. We were first distracted by a shout from a Confederate, causing every head to turn away. Aiming for His Royal Highness, the assassin instead shot the man standing closest to him. Look," he said, pointing. "You can see the wound in the back of his head. It should have been in the Prince Regent's skull." "Nobody would dare to shoot at His Royal Highness when they saw me at his side." "It isn't the first time an attempt has been made on his life. At the start of the year someone hurled a rock that shattered the window of his coach." "This is the unfortunate target," insisted Yeomans, looking down at the dead.